are live. So let's give everybody a chance to get on. Have not been on yet, but I believe it should be on soon. Anyway, welcome everybody. My name is Bucci. I'm going to be your cycling instructor today. Cycling is a great cardiovascular workout. 30 minutes, Cycle Express of hard work, and then you've got a nice workout right on in your back pocket. If you are ready, go ahead and make sure that the height of your seat is equal to the height of your hip. That way, when we're pedaling, we can reach full extension in our hip and in our knee. If you are pedaling right now and you feel like you're reaching on that downstroke, go ahead and lower the seat. And if you feel like you're pretty bunched up on that downstroke, go ahead and raise that seat. There is a knob on the back of your bike. You're going to turn to the left and pull out. And that will be super easy way to fix that. But if you have your seat at a comfortable height, with your handlebars and your seat also at a comfortable position, you can go ahead and hop on the bike and start pedaling. Good. Again, if you are just joining, my name is Bucci. This is Cycle Express. We've got about 1 minute left before giving people time to join. But if you are here and ready to go ahead and start pedaling for me as we move into our warm-up. All right, it is 4 p.m., so we're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody go ahead and locate that center red knob at the middle of your bike. This is going to be our resistance knob. So turning it to the left is going to take resistance off. Turning it to the right is going to add resistance. And this is also going to be our emergency stop knob. So if at any point you need to go get some water or go to the bathroom, you're going to press down on that, making sure that flywheel comes to a full stop. You can dismount your bike safely. Good. Everybody go ahead and sit up nice and tall for me. We're going to do a couple shoulder rolls back. Good. Hinging forward at our hips, we're going to find a light grip on the handlebar. There should be a slight bend in our elbow. And we are focusing on keeping that engaged for that open chest and that flat back. We want to make sure we are pedaling through the center of our foot. Good. Adding enough resistance to where we feel like our flywheel is just making contact with the rope. So on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being Mary Poppins flying around in the sky with absolutely no resistance, to 10 being you can barely pedal through, we want to be at that nice moderate 5, where we feel like we are just riding a bike down a flat road. Good. If you have a center console, you can feel free to turn that on. What the center console is going to tell us is our power and our RPMs. Our RPMs are how fast we're pedaling, and our power is how much force we are exerting on that pedal as we go down. Good. We've got about 1 minute and 40 seconds left in our warm-up. What today's class is going to look like is a mixture of interval drills and resistance drills. We're going to have some climbs, we're going to have some sprints, and we are definitely going to have some Tabata. Good. Everybody make sure you have some water with you. Optional to have a towel just to help if you get a little sweaty, but that water is definitely recommended. Good, and we've got about a minute left in our warm-up, so we're going to gradually increase that resistance just to get our legs waking up and working for this class. Good, like I said, 30 minutes of hard work today. We are going to kick off stage 1 with our sprint song, and we're going to start with 30-second sprints. And it'll be a 30-30 drill, so 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and we're going to be doing that 3 times. Let me get my timer up and ready. All right. We've got about 20 seconds left in our warm-up. Getting ready for our first drill in our sprint song. Before we start our sprint, we're going to want to make sure that we have enough resistance on the flywheel to stay stable in the saddle. Good, and I will cue us when our first sprint comes. We've got about 15 seconds. Good, maybe gradually increasing that resistance so we can start our sprint and maintain stability. We are on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30-second sprint right here. Good, push it through, getting our RPMs anywhere between 85 and 105. We want to keep it above 85, but if we are exceeding 105, our hips are probably not stable, so go ahead and add some resistance. Good, keep pushing, halfway there. 15 seconds left. Push, push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. 30 seconds off. Good, in our 30 seconds off, you can decrease our resistance if you'd like, or for an added challenge, you can keep it on there and pedal through it. Good, our next sprint is in 10 seconds. Getting prepared, increasing that resistance. We are on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds right here. We can pretend we are in a bike race, battling for first place. Right now we are just in second, about to pass that first place person, but we have got to push to get there. 10 seconds left. Push. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 30 seconds off. Again, decreasing that resistance if you'd like, or keeping it on there to pedal in our 30 seconds off. Good, we are on for our last sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. We have just passed that person in first place. We see the finish line, but we need to pedal to it. Getting those RPMs up. Halfway there. Good. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take that resistance off. About 45 seconds is ours. Good, taking this time to get some water if we need. Our next drill is going to be a standing climb. So before we come up out of the saddle, we're going to want to make sure we increase that resistance to combat the rest of our weight over the pedals. Good, everybody go ahead and give that resistance knob a turn to the right, and we want to come up. Good. Keeping our hands on the outside of the handlebars. Good, making sure we are still pedaling through that center of our foot. We are in a standing climb right now, which means we're going to simulate what it feels like to climb up a mountain. If you want to use your imagination, you can pretend you're climbing Kennesaw Mountain, Stone Mountain, or if you're feeling super ambitious today, Mount Everest. We're going to periodically increase our resistance, and our first resistance turn is right here, giving that knob a turn to the right. Good. This is a 3-minute drill.
Nothing will ever hold me down. This will be my test.
Good, we've got about 2 minutes left. And then we have a full recovery song after this. resistance turn is right here. Giving that knob a turn to the right. As we get closer to the top of the mountain, the steeper it's gonna be, the more resistance should be on your flywheel. We should see our RPM number dropping and our power number raising. We have just over 1 minute left in this drill. One more resistance turn, and then you get a full recovery.
Soaring up to touch the sun. My time has just begun. That's enough to reach the top. So don't get
good to get us through this last minute. We can imagine something we really, really want at the top of that mountain. And each pedal is a step closer. We need to close our eyes and see it. Feel free to do so, but our last resistance turn is right here. Good, the pedal should be heavy underneath our feet. Doing whatever we gotta do to keep our legs moving. Maybe we have a lean. That is also fine. We've got 10 seconds left. Push. Push. 3, 2, 1, and take it back into the saddle. Take that resistance off. We are in our recovery song. We've got about 2 minutes to catch our breath. Go our heart rate a little bit and let all that blood that was just going to our legs come back to our heart and our head.
All the way to the top, never stop, no. We are the champions. All the way to the top, never stop, no. We are the champions. We are the champions.
While I have you guys here, I do want to take some time to advertise our group fitness instructor prep program. It's the program that all of us group fitness instructors go through before we instruct live in class. So if you are ever interested or have thought about being a group fitness instructor, I highly recommend. This program is super fun. You get a lot of mentorship, a lot of practice, and a lot of fine-tuning of those skills that it takes to be a group fitness instructor. So if you are interested, going to the OwlFit website, going to that group fitness prep program tab, and reading a little bit more about that. Applications are due November 15th, so you've got about 2 weeks.
We are the champions.
But I highly, highly, highly recommend it.
We are the champions.
As I was explaining it, I got pretty excited and I started pedaling pretty fast. Not just forgetting that this was a recovery. I gotta let my body rest. But I got really excited because that's how much I love the program. We've got about 30 seconds left in our recovery, so increasing that resistance a little bit just to get our legs back in here.
We are the champions.
All the way to the top, never stop, no. We are the champions. All the way to the top.
We're gonna kick off stage 2 with a drill called 20-20-20.
We are the champions.
Going back from that number scale of 1 to 10, we're gonna be cueing off of that RPE scale for this drill. So for 20 seconds, we're gonna be in a 6 work zone, a little bit higher than we were in that warm-up and in that recovery. The next 20 seconds, we're gonna kick it up to a 7 work zone by increasing that resistance and increasing those RPMs. And that last 20 seconds, we're gonna kick it up another notch, increasing that resistance, increasing those RPMs for a 8 work zone. This drill is pretty physically demanding, so keeping that in mind, we're going to be kind to our bodies through it. And we're going to be doing this for 3 rounds. We are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we are increasing our resistance and getting our RPMs up a little bit. Higher than they were in that recovery, higher than they were when we were warming up. And we're going to chill like this for about 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Increase that resistance, increase those RPMs. 20 seconds of 7 work zones. Good, we should feel like we're pedaling through quicksand or mud right now. And we are kicking up that resistance and those RPMs one more time in 3, 2, 1. Increase that resistance, get those RPMs up as high as you can. We should not be exceeding 95 with the amount of resistance we have on right now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back down 20 seconds of that 6 work zone, and that is how that drill works. We have 2 rounds of that left. Good, getting ready for this next 20-second bout in 3, 2, 1. Increasing that resistance, increasing those RPMs. Like I said, this drill is physically demanding, so if we need to stop at any point, feel free to. This is your class. I just instruct it. Kicking it up a notch in 3, 2, 1. We are on for our weighted sprint. 20 seconds. If we're exceeding 95, go ahead and add some more resistance. Good. Halfway there. We are off in 3, 2, 1. Last round. 20 seconds of 6 work zone right here. Finishing strong. Good, increasing that resistance in 3, 2, 1. Let's get that resistance up, those RPMs up. We should see that power number and that RPM number climbing. We are on for our last weighted sprint in 3, 2, 1. Increase that resistance, get those RPMs up right here. Hard work. Push. Push. Good. 10 seconds left. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. We are done with this drill. About 30 seconds is ours. Taking this time to get some water if we need. Good, our next drill is going to be our seated climb. So kind of like we did when we were standing, except this time we're going to be seated. Good, so that means that we're going to periodically increase our resistance as the song goes by. Again, if you are an imaginative person, we can, again, pretend we're climbing Kennesaw Mountain, Stone Mountain, or if we're still feeling super, super ambitious, Mount Everest. Completely up to you. But like I said, the closer we get to the top, so the further along we get in this drill, the heavier the resistance is going to be on our flywheel. Good, we're going to go ahead and give that knob a quarter turn right here for our first resistance turn. Good, again, doing that body check to make sure we have that engaged core, open chest, and flat back posture. As we get tired, our form is the first thing to go, so we want to be conscious of it. Good, our next resistance turn in 3, 2, 1, giving that knob a quarter turn. We are increasing that resistance every 30 seconds. Good, by the end of this drill, we will be heavy and pedaling with strength. Good, increasing that resistance in 3, 2, 1, right here. Another quarter turn. Again, if we are climbing a mountain, we can picture something we really, really want at the top. Maybe it's the end of the week, maybe it's Christmas time, or maybe it's just the end of this class, but every stride you take is a step closer. Maybe closing our eyes and envisioning what we really, really, really want. Our next resistance turn in 3, 2, 1. Quarter turn right there. Good, we are over halfway through this drill. Good. Increasing our resistance in 3, 2, 1. Another quarter turn right there. As the pedals get heavier under our feet, it might be helpful to pull our heel to our glute. That way we can engage the back of our leg and see cycling as a push-pull cycle rather than just pushing on that downstroke. We are also pulling up on that upstroke. Good, this might take some stress off of the front half of your leg. We have our next resistance turn in 3, 2, 1. Quarter turn right there. I know it is getting heavier under our feet. We are pedaling with strength. Good, maybe you have a bit of a lean with each pedal. Doing whatever we need to do to keep those legs moving. Increasing our resistance in 3, 2, 1. Quarter turn right there. We have one more turn after this. I know it is heavy underneath our feet. If we need to stop taking those resistance turns, we can. Or if we need to take some off, we also can. Remembering this is your class, I just instructed. Our last resistance turn in 3, 2, 1. Quarter turn right there. Riding it out for under 30 seconds. Push through. You've got 20 seconds left in this drill. And then we are on to our last work song. Good. Keep those legs moving. You can start to hear this countdown. Here you go. Take that resistance off. About 20 seconds is ours while I explain our last drill of class. Our last drill is going to be Tabata. For those of you that don't know, Tabata is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're going to be switching between a 20-second sprint and a 20-second standing heavy. We have 6 rounds, meaning 3 sprints, 3 standing heavies. Starting with our first sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds of hard work. Getting those RPMs anywhere between 85 and 105.
Get up and move your body.
Good, you have already done a sprint in this class.
Get up.
3, 2, 1. 10 seconds off.
Get up.
Going up for a standing heavy in 5, 4, 3, 2. Increase that resistance and come up out of that saddle. Remembering our hands are on the outside handlebars. Good. 10 seconds left. Standing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a seat. 10 seconds off.
Get up and move your body.
On for that 20-second sprint in 3, 2, 1, right here. If we want to put ourselves back in that bike race, we have this sprint and next sprint to finish in first.
Get up.
Push through. 5,
Get up.
4, 3,
Get up.
2, 1. 10 seconds off.
Get up.
We are halfway through this drill.
Get up and move your body.
We are up in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds standing heavy. Push. Pedaling with strength.
Get up and move your body.
Good. Push through. 10 seconds left.
8, 7,
Good. We are down in 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds off. Our last seated sprint and our last standing heavy in 3, 2, 1. Let's finish strong in that bike race. The finish line is in our sight. We have 10 seconds to get to it. Push. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10 seconds off. 20 seconds of work stands in between you and the end of class. We are up for a standing heavy in 3, 2, 1. 20 seconds. We push, drain our tanks, and we finish strong.
Get up and move.
Good.
Get up and move your body. Get up.
5,
Get
4,
up and move.
3,
Get up.
2, 1. Come back in the saddle. Take that resistance off. We are now in our cool down. Good. Settling with little to no resistance. Taking time to catch our breath. Lower our heart rate and let all that blood in our legs come back
Get up and
to our hearts and to our heads.
Get up.
And also getting some water.
Get up and move your body. Get up. Get up and move. Get up. Are you ready?
All right, as we wait for that heart rate to fall, we're going to take our arm and bring it across our chest, acting as if there's a magnetic repel between our shoulder and our ear. Good, so keeping that shoulder low. Good, and relax, taking that other arm and doing the same thing.
Get up.
Still pretending we have that magnetic repel between our ear and our shoulder, pressing it down.
Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up and move your body. Get up. Get up and move. Get up. Get up and move your body. Get up.
And release. We're going to take our fingers, place them behind our back, and open up our
Get up and
chest,
move your body.
lengthening those muscles. Good. When we cycle, our chest muscles are in that closed position, so we are opening them back up right here.
Get up.
Good, and release, pressing down on that center knob to bring our flywheel completely to a stop. We're gonna hop off the bike and find that nice incline on the back. Dropping our toe up on that, we're gonna hinge forward at our hips, finding that stretch in the lower back half of our leg.
Get up and move your body. Get up. Get up and move. Get up. Get up and move your body. Get up. Get up and move.
Good, and if we want to get a little bit deeper in that stretch, we can bend at that knee and push forward at that hip. Good, we should be feeling this a little bit deeper in that calf muscle.
Get up and move.
A little bit closer
Get up
to our
and move your
bone.
body. Get up and move. Get up and move your body. Get up and move. Get up and move your body.
Good, and switch, same thing with that other leg. Dropping our toe and hinging just at our hips first. Good, and if we want to get deeper, we can bend at that knee and push forward at that hip. And release, finding that nice midpoint on our bike. We can prop our heel up on that. Hinging forward yet again at that hips and touching our toe. If you are super stretchy, you can feel free to put your foot right up on that seat. But my muscles, however, will not let me do that. Not at all. Not even if I try. Good, we're finding the stretch in the upper back half of our leg. We also want to make sure we are keeping those hips square to the bike. same thing on that other leg. Dropping that heel up, keeping our hips square to the bike, hinging forward. And release, moving into our last stretch. We're gonna grab our ankle, point our knee directly at the ground, and focus on keeping our hips right on underneath us. We're gonna find this stretch in the upper front half of our leg. We can hang on to that bike for stability if we need to. And release, same thing on that other leg to close out last. Again, I will take this last 30 seconds to tell you we are back live in person for group fitness, so make sure you go to mysportsrec.kennesaw.edu and see what classes we are offering in person. I teach guts and butts on Wednesdays at 3:15. Feel free to join me. But for now, you can release. Thank you so much for coming. My name was Pucci. This was Cycle Express, and I hope to see you back here on Wednesday.